Hi, I'm Paul Wehrlin. We're pleased and privileged to welcome back to the studio today Captain Richard Flynn of the Arlington Police Department.
Thanks for having me back, Paul.
Captain Flynn, thank you for being here. Welcome. We'd like to talk a little bit about, it's the warm weather, people go on vacation, especially in the summer, also sometimes in the fall, but mostly in the summer people go on vacation. They're leaving their homes for sometimes extended periods of time. What are some of the things that you see in the police department, or some of the tips you can offer some of the viewers for taking precautions when they're on vacation and leaving their homes unattended?
I guess, foremost what we would suggest is if you're going to leave your home, do whatever you can to have your home look like it's still lived in. That can be things as easy as just having a neighbor that you trust come by and pick up your newspaper and your mail, to maybe even leaving some lights on timers inside your home. Whatever you can do to keep your home looking like it does typically when you're home, that's a good way to try and keep away people that might be looking at your home to see if you're actually not there.
You come across that a lot, where people don't do these things and there's some risk of break-ins or that type of thing?
Yeah, it's on both ends of the spectrum. Sometimes you will come to a home and there will be newspapers that have collected for days, or there could be an event where you come up upon a home and the windows are kind of all wide open, the drapes are kind of all pulled back, and
sure.
and you can sometimes just walk by a home and just look into the windows and see what they have in their homes. Today's the day and age of the big screen TV and different kinds of equipment and computers that are left in homes, and you'd be surprised what you can see out of home just by going by, whether that's during the day or whether at night. And you can tell a home that has a big screen TV in it. You can tell a home that has a laptop that's left out on a table and whatnot. So you want to do your best to try and keep these things to yourselves if at all possible.
What about keys? Is it a good idea to leave an extra key with somebody, or have somebody come by and check your home when you're away?
That's a good point. It's always best to have a neighbor that you can trust and leave a key with them. Not necessarily, the day and age of leaving the key under the rock or under the mat is kind of gone. That's one of the first places someone who's looking to gain access into your home is going to look. So please, try and find someone that you trust in your neighborhood and have them keep an eye on your home. Again, we've talked about this before, about nobody knows your neighborhood better than yourself and the people that live there. So if you can have someone who can keep an eye on your home while you're away, they'll know whether a different light is on in your home or whether something just doesn't look right. And we always ask, if it doesn't look right, or if something just doesn't seem right, call the police department.
Let's say somebody does see something that doesn't look quite right, and they want to follow the person, or they want to look to see if the person's suspicious. Is that something that you would recommend, or should they call the police department?
We suggest call us. We need your help, we need your information and whatnot, but let us do that work. That's what we're trained to do. That's what we do. So there's a few different numbers that you can use. If you think there's any type of an emergency going on, please use the 911 line and contact us. Non-emergency type situations, or if, say, you were looking for some information that maybe you just bought your home and you haven't developed that relationship yet with a neighbor, and you want some tips and hey, listen, I'm going away, give us a call. And you can call in on our what we call our community services unit number and speak to our community outreach officer, and he'll give you some tips, pretty much what we're saying right here. Again, Arlington has a little bit of turnover, people move in, it's a desirable town for people to want to live in. So it's that time that you maybe don't have anybody that you trust and someone you wouldn't give a key to. We'll be glad to give you some tips.
I know you're not a fire marshal or with the fire department. You're obviously with the police department. But can you speak a little bit about smoke alarms? I know sometimes humidity sets them off. Is there something you can do with your smoke alarm to make sure that doesn't happen, or just sort of make sure that they're all...
Again, not being a firefighter, but when I was brought up, the change of the seasons, or even your daylight savings time changes, make sure you take your smoke alarms down and change your batteries. And it's a good idea at that time to try and clean them out a little bit as well. But if you have an alarm that's been going off and you're not sure whether it's still a good alarm or not, you've put a new battery in it, you can always call the fire department and And they have officers at the side just to answer those type questions for you.
Great.
Yeah.
And what are the numbers people can call if they see something? If someone's on vacation, their number, their neighbors are away, and they see somebody that they don't recognize, or
Again, if you think you have an emergency, anything that anything that you think might be an emergency or something that is immediate, call us on the 911 line, please. Call us on the 911 line. Other than that, maybe 781-643-1212, the 1212 line. And the number to that community services unit is 781-316-3174. 781-316-3174, and you'll get a follow-up call from Community Outreach Officer James Smith. He's fantastic at what he does.
Great. Well, we appreciate the tips that you're offering the viewing public. I know the Arlington Police Department is very concerned about safety in the community, so we definitely appreciate you being here today with us and sharing your tips with us. So thank you.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.